And now for something completely different. Yeah, we are here, ladies and gentlemen, on the... those are the wrong words. Try that again. And so now for something completely different. We are here for the start of another brand new championship here in AutoRacingConnected. This time around it is the historic F1 Masters Championship. Classic F1 tracks in classic F1 cars from a bygone era. Each week focuses on two different tracks and a different old car. This time it is the Lotus 49C. Probably should have looked up information about the car, because I don't really know much about old F1. My F1 knowledge kind of ranges from, like, 2004 to, like, current day. Anything before the new millennium, I'm just like, oh, who's Ayrton Senna? Well, okay, it's not, I know, not that bad, but... Yeah, the first round will be Historic Spa, followed by Rouen Les Essais, and everyone's disconnecting again. Are we gonna have another mass disconnection? Probably. Well, Luke left on his own. Hannick disconnected. Some problems down there at LA7, as I think those two are still teammates. They are in GT7, I think. Alan's back. And, well, Hannick rejoin. Yep, that's a word. Whoa. Kinnickle with a bit of oversteer. This track takes almost 4 minutes to go around, assuming you don't do what the car ahead of AJ Kinnickle just did and smack into a barrier. So, setting a good qualifying lap is going to be a hot commodity for sure. Whoa, helicopter cam, alright. I think what's considered a fast lap time here is if you're in the 330s range or lower. This Hannick is now back. Who is the first person to get on the racetrack? Oh, is Logan Poole? Somehow that doesn't surprise me. This track is, other than like the first handful of turns, almost unrecognizable from current day Spa. The only traces that are really left are we have Blanchimont and La Source as the final corner, and then we have Eau Rouge and the Kemmel Street. Lake Comme is like the last corner that still exists today. And that is not even a chicane. That is just a left-hander. This Logan Cool is having a little bit of fun with the gears. He seems to have some pretty long ratios in that 49C. And I bet it's drifting for good measure. And he has survived his outlap, so he'll be the first to attempt a qualifying run here. I know for a fact that the Champ Racing duo of Logan Cool and Dylan Baum were very much anticipating this championship. Dylan especially thinks he's going to sweep the whole thing, so we'll have to see if he's good for that. As Logan Cool does a bit of a lawn mowing service heading out of Eau Rouge and riding on, but his car's still in one piece, and that's probably the most important thing. Who was out behind him? There's Jurgensmeyer, he's started a lap. Who's the car ahead of him? He's taking Eau Rouge a little more conservatively. It's not those two. Cadell just crossed the line. Gabe Cazola is... Oh no, I can't tell. Is this on a lap, or is this... These aren't. Where's Fleur... No, that was an outlap for Gabe. So, the car that's into Lake Home right now is the other person that's on a lap. Jurgensmeyer. No, wait. Huh? Okay, so the person that was also on a lap let him go. So that car must not be on a lap. This is just puzzling me. I feel like I'm skipping somebody. Who? Oh, Wade Lee has found himself a new resting place on the ditch of the track, heading up towards Blanchimont. Travis was able to bear witness to this amazing parking job. Oh, is Andrew David? No. Oh my word. Who is this car? Am I daft? It's AJ. I never got that far down the darn list. Good lord, Riker. I know I took a week off broadcasting, but golly. That would have been too convenient. I was hoping the timing screen would tell me, would like show some kind of indication of who's up. Logan Cool has bought it, and he is now back in the pits. He's going to need to leave at this exact moment if he's going to have any chance of making another attempt. His teammate, on the other hand, is getting a little bit switched around, heading through what would be Lake Calm nowadays. And down the hill onto this just gargantuan back straightaway. There's another gear in this thing, I'm fairly certain. The thing is absolutely screaming. Like, literally screaming down the back straightaway. Heading downhill, he may clear 200 miles per hour. Oh, yeah. Oh, who needs modern F1 cars? DRS? What's that? We got a bathtub on wheels, a small rear wing that looks like my kitchen counter, and a downhill ski jump heading towards a banked corner. That's all that Dylan Baum needs to hit 202 miles an hour. Just don't have a suspension arm failure. Or you'll be breaking the speed limit on the way to the pearly gates. If Juergensmeyer has survived, he and AJ Knickel will both be the first ones to cross the line, pretty much at the same time. So they'll be the first cars to have successfully, I'd say completed, more like survived their qualifying runs. Yeah, AJ Knickel with a 331, Juergensmeyer with a 336. Why is the track so big? Well, you see... well, you see, Jamie, the 1950s and 60s were a very different time. Fidel Fabian runs a 35.4. And here comes Dylan Baum to complete his first lap, and he will have time for a second one if he so wants. Oh my lord. What? A 3:16.4. Oh my gee willikers. That is insane. Is he actually in an F1 car? Well, is he in a modern F1 car? It certainly looks like it's his championship to unsweep. I don't want to be that guy, but it's the signs are pointing that way. Yes. 3:16. That is. What is this, Herbie? That Luke Allen's driving? That's literally just an F1 car version of Herbie. Just needs the number 53 on it. It's a bit conservative down the hill, honestly. I don't think you can fault the driver for doing that. Not here. Especially when just completing a qualifying lap is the difference between starting 13th and starting 6th. Travis Van Oostendorp ran a 3:40 a minute ago, and he's still on the racetrack hoping to you know, go faster. And Wade Lee's making his way down what would technically be the Kemmel Straight. Not going too fast in a straight line, though. I wonder if he's just trying to set a banker lap. Logan Cool is also on the track. We have 4.5 minutes to complete your qualifying lap on the post-race timer. DIVEBOMB is more than satisfied. AJ and Fidel are also set with their lap times. Jurgensmeyer will be the next car to complete a lap. Let's see what it looks like on board here. In this basically British-made bathtub on wheels. All you need is a high-speed corner and a toaster, and that's the quickest way to meet God this side of the English Channel. Bit of drifting through what I could only consider to be a fake Stavlo. Maybe the banked corner would be that. I don't know. Flat through Blanchimont. Actually, no. The other one was Blanchimont. That's basically the bus stop. Jurgensmeyer will head into the last turn. He'll survive a second lap. And let's see if he's made any improvements. If he gains even 0.6, he'll be on this. Yes. He gained about a second. So 34.9 for Jurgensmeyer puts him ahead of Fidel Fabian. And the only ones still on the track with him are Luke Allen, Wade Lee, and Logan Cool. The three shortest names on the roster. Go figure. After Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, which may be the longest name in ARC, has finished his lap. Wade Lee is only heading through fake Stavlo right now. Logan Cool is not far ahead of him. Where's Allen? Oh, Allen's finished. He ran a 39.9. But again, with the attrition rate of this session, just having put in a qualifying time is decent on its own. Oh, and Logan Cool might not be doing that. Needless to say, that's going to do some damage. Oh, he's into the trees. He's off to find the Lorax. And his qualifying run is over. I think it's safe to say that Wade Lee is certainly trying to go for the approach of survive the lap, and I will start P7 worst. He's not even getting into 5th gear. Never mind. He's getting into 5th gear, but he's not really driving at the limit. He's just driving to get around the circuit. Again, I can't say I blame him. I wasn't gonna say anything, but I was certainly thinking it. And there's always the bit of motorsport where things just aren't necessarily in your own control. So Wade Lee will start at least 7th. Let's see if by some stretch he managed a 3-minute 40 lap time. He might start higher than that. I don't think so. Leaderboard had a seizure, but I don't think he moved up. No, he ran a 4-minute lap time. But that's better than the 6 other cars did, where they didn't run a lap time at all. So you have to put that respect on Wade Lee's name. He survived. And just like real life, that says something in these cars. So the full starting grid, once I get the speedometer and map on the screen. I'm going to use Chase Cam for this because it's easier, and then go back to trackside when the race starts. DIVEBOMB, AJ Knickel, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, Fidel Fabian, Luke Allen, Travis Fendersendorp, Wade Lee, Connor Hannock, Gabe Cazzola, Billy Targi, Logan Cool, Matthew Stotts, and Andrew David as a reserve for 2-1A. I think he's the only reserve here, if I'm not mistaken. Rounds out the 13-car starting grid here for Spa. wait for all the strategies and last-minute setup changes to be made, since you'll want a predictable setup here, believe me. An unpredictable oversteer moment can... it'll send you to meet, who's somebody who died in this time frame? I don't even remember names. You'll meet God. And if you don't believe in God, you'll meet something. You'll meet a terrible fate, won't you? Yeah, gonna need a lot of fuel to get to the end. No doubt about that. I really need to, like, Google these cars. So I'm not just talking out of nowhere. 3 sets of lights, and historic F1 is green from Spa. It looks like it was a good start for Fidel Fabian, but it was an even better start for Van Oostendorp. Oh, and we're already making big contact heading through Eau Rouge. Van Oostendorp forced his soapbox derby car into a space that wasn't wide enough for a Lotus 49. We'll have to see if that's done any significant damage to himself or to AJ. Oh my god, somebody just hit a jump. What? Oh, there's been chaos. Around goes Travis. Camera, please stay back there. Oh my word, there's been a flip. Now, caution rules are going to be very lenient to emulate real-life Formula 1. It would basically take something that would literally be a fatal crash in real life in order to summon a yellow flag. This much I know. Somebody is out of the race. Connor Hannock. Hannock is out of the race. Makes sense. I think that was the car I saw get sent upward. So after that absolute brutality, we still do not have a caution, which I'm perfectly okay with. And now it is a battle of the gear ratios and the slipstream, essentially. I know about 185, 190 is like the average top speed that people are aiming for in testing here. As it's effectively 5 cars running for the battle for P2. Jurgensmeyer among them, getting to the highest top speed, and Fidel Fabian not doing that. Logan Cool, in his like hand grenade setup, Gabe Gazzola has damage, it looks like, or something. Oh yeah, that's a lot of damage. He's off into the ditches. He doesn't flip, though. But that's a lot of damage, and I think he may have... Nope, somebody else has retired from the race. Who's this one now? You know, RaceFeed, you could be helpful and, like, tell me when somebody retires the car. Logan Cool and his dragster setup has caught up to the back of Fidel Fabian. And easily outdrags that car. Slipstream advantage and those long gears on the Champ Racing setup. If he keeps it out of the race, on the racetrack, not off of it, which he's barely managed. Meanwhile, Jurgensmeyer and Knickel, teammates in Rallycross, but I don't think they're teammates here, continue to run wheel to wheel as Fidel Fabian finds a wall. And that is the end of the first lap, and we'll see if anybody has to pit for damage to their car. It seems like Logan either does, or he's... no, he does. Oh, and also we have no... oh, that's cool, they come out of the garage. We have no pit speed limiter in play to also emulate real-life Formula 1 of the time, where there were no pit speed limits. Gabe is at a rate of eventually, he's slowly making his way towards the pits. Wade Lee is driving at about 20% speed. Certainly looking at just sheer attrition to gain positions. It's working so far. He's going to get a top 10 just based on completing a lap of the race, since 3 cars have now left the racetrack. Gabe Gazilla, despite his suspension being so broken, his wheels are basically facing opposite directions, and he's missing a left front. Is not one of them. Let's see, I believe we have lost Connor Hannick. Oh, we're about to lose AJ Kinnick. Oh, about to lose Jurgensmeyer too at this rate. There's going to be some broken bathtubs after this. Oh dear lord. AJ barely squeezes ahead of Jurgensmeyer with no contact. Jurgensmeyer has some big suspension damage himself, it looks like. I don't want to say that we should have turned damage off for this. I'm just saying, when we get to the final lap and it's a 4-car race to the finish, it's not the most exciting thing. See who else has exited the race. Andrew David has, Connor Hannick has DNF'd, and who was the 13th car? Matthew Stotts. Those are our 3 DNFs up to this point, and we're only a quarter of the way through the race. Basically, I mean, not even that much. Dylan Baum hasn't actually reached the start-finish yet. We're like 23% of the way. Oh wait, no, I'm blind. Andrew David is right here, getting overtaken by Logan Cool. So who is the third one that's gone? For some reason I was looking for DAV when I was looking for Andrew David. No. We're going by first names here. Sorry, usernames. Which happens to be his first name, because Andrew040406. Who is the third car? As Gabe Gazilla has finally limped his way to the pit lane to repair the car. Who else is out? I already mentioned Travis and Stotts. Oh wait, no, I didn't mention Travis. I mentioned Stotts and Hannick. Alright, so there, yeah. Good eye, Jamie. Travis, I didn't even notice he was out. As AJ has to pit, and a car is attempting to exit the Speed Force. Oh, AJ has missed his pit box. As has Fidel. They probably got confused by Gabe's car being there. I think that's Gabe's car. No, that's somebody else. That's Andrew. No, Andrew's right here, Riker. Come on. Why can't the race features tell me this crap? I was like, oh, we got a battle for second. No, that's Gabe Gazilla a lap down. In third place, Fidel Fabian is being... Well, he's blocking Logan Cool and is still being overtaken by him. Yeah, they goes a little late for that. Fidel got a decent run through there, and he's got slipstream, but it might not matter anyway, because Logan has so much straight line speed. And this is the battle for third. Luke Allen is some 20 seconds up the road, but if Logan can get away from Fidel and keep his front wing clean, I don't think it'll be too long before he can catch Luke Allen. Because he and Fidel have some pace. They're just making... I don't know. Luke and Dylan are like the only 2 drivers that haven't made like critical damaged car mistakes. And Logan is the leader out of the cars that have. I don't think he's catching Dylan, but he's probably going to catch Luke Allen, considering he's doing 191 unassisted down that back straight, and just took that little kink. Basically foot to the floor. But if I'm Allen, I'm not even worried about it. This is a race of attrition, and there's no denying it. If Logan Cool catches me and passes me, well then so be it. I would rather take third than take a damaged suspension arm. I'm trying to incorporate cockpit view into racing more. Just get the ultimate experience of that. Ultimate experience of that outside guardrail while we're at it, and that's some suspension damage for Knickel. You can tell the way he's holding the wheel. Oh, Logan has some of his own too, probably from when he got blocked by Fidel. Fidel has none. And unsurprisingly, Dylan doesn't have any either. Oh, we didn't need that. Didn't need that cone, don't worry about it. And just looking at the sheer numbers, it seems as though... make the turn. Logan's gonna carry on with that suspension damage, even in spite of it. He's just run a 324 to Allen's 333, so even with suspension damage, he might be the second fastest car on the circuit. And there comes... Up next is Gabe Gazzola, lap down car. I assume blue flags still apply, even if we've traveled back in time a half a decade. A what? A half a century. Ugh, bad cough. Should probably get out of cockpit view now. Can Logan keep it steady and lap him down while dealing with suspension damage? Looks like he can, as Gabe is giving him the entire right side lane of the track. I mean, to be fair, I think historic racing championships that use these cars still exist. We have another DNF on the racetrack. We have lost Jurg. He is the next victim. Gabe Gazzola is carrying a I don't actually know what thing. I think it's like a cone of some description. Well, it's like a hazard marker, kinda. He's taking one of those with him, and he's leaving with it. Fidel's straight line speed when unassisted is not stellar. He's currently being eaten alive by AJ. I can literally see it on the map. God, that is mystifying to watch. That is possibly the weirdest thing to look at, the amount of wheel he's putting into this thing. Because of all that suspension damage he's taken. Dylan pits. And he's already on his way out. We have another DNF. So now we've lost half the field. As Gabe has finally given up. and somebody else went down with him, so now we're down to 6 cars. Who just left? Who just quit? I really should have kept track. Well, at the point we're at, it might be easier to just list the people who are in the race. Still alive, we have DIVEBOMB, who's got a 40-something second lead after pitting. Luke Allen, Logan Cool, AJ Knickel, oh, Fidel was the other. What is the other car DNF? It's weird because I was just watching him a minute ago. Wade Lee and Billy Tarji, who are doing the speed limit, basically. I think Wade is just not even confronting anybody else on the racetrack. He's just letting Billy go, even if it is for 5th. He'd rather survive. Excuse me. I don't like clearing my throat any more than you like me hearing me do it. Believe me. And we're gonna have some trouble brewing here in a minute, as Logan Cool is about to catch Luke Allen. He's probably gonna get him down this back straightaway. They're both coming up behind the 2 cars that are a lap down of Billy Tarji and Wade Lee. I say their names in the opposite order, but you know what I mean. You know, Luke's filling Wade's mirrors. Wow. What is a mirror? Wade's mirrors now. And he lets him go. Getting the slipstream off the back of Lee's car helped Luke escape Logan, at least for a moment. But now Logan's gonna get that same. Oh! Even with all of Wade's attrition rate, he still botched the big kink there, weaving in between residential homes. Is that Perry the Platypus? That's what this car looks like to me. Maybe I'm just losing my mind, but it doesn't have the top hat. It can't be Agent. It can't be Perry the Platypus. Or no, it's a fedora, not a top hat. I'm a fake fan. Anyway, cartoon references aside, there's not a whole lot left to do. There's 6 cars left. One of them just broke their car. Only 2 of them are even within the same straightaway of one another, really. So here's hoping that Logan Cool versus Luke Allen can entertain us for 3 laps. Yeah, he's he's there now. He's in Luke's wing mirrors. These cars even have wing mirrors? I think it's a super question. Yeah, it does. You can barely see it from this camera, but it's there. Or they are there. I don't know. Yeah, they have to be on both sides. It's single-seater. And Logan... Oh, no, Luke. Other L. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. Shush. Luke Allen pits in. Billy follows him in. Wade Lee is not far away either. I imagine he's going to pit too. I don't see anything better to do than ride on board with the race leader, since, I mean, like, look at this. We got him a minute and 8 seconds ahead of his teammate. who's 20 seconds ahead of third place, who's a minute ahead of fourth place, who's basically a lap ahead of fifth place, who's also a lap ahead of sixth place. I might as well just turn my mic off and go to the bathroom at this point. Honestly, don't tempt myself. I might just do that. There's 6 cars on the racetrack. What really are the chances I miss a crash? I'll probably miss a crash. It won't be a multi-car incident because they're on opposite sides of the racetrack from one another. We got Dylan going up to Blanchimont. We got Logan heading towards would-be Stablo. Just head through the little kink there. Luke is coming up to that same kink. AJ is in the pit lane. Wade Lee is heading onto the back straight. And Billy Targi is just going up Radion. I think after leaving the pits, if I'm not mistaken. Dylan's not far from putting Billy what is that, like? A second lap down in an 8-lap race. Half the field have wrecked their cars. There's not a whole lot left to do. That was close. Yeah, don't do that, Dylan. This is your race to lose. All you have to do is just keep it on the racetrack for 2 laps. You got a minute and 10-second lead over your teammate with suspension damage of his own. God, it feels like I'm on a Hot Wheels track. One of those, like, GoPro POV videos of a Hot Wheels car on one of the tracks. So that section feels like on board this car. You know, I'm gonna make the executive decision. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm not gonna get another chance to do it. This is the best opportunity. Just keep the camera on Dylan, and I'll be back out in 4 minutes. Much better. Is it professional? No. Is a race that started with 13 and ending with 6 also not professional, though? Yes. So, I regret nothing. I left the bathroom door open. Alrighty, so that now settled. I don't appear to have missed anything. The status quo has not changed in the 3 minutes I was in the restroom. And looks like, yeah, Dylan spoke a big game heading into this championship, but as we see a demolished car off to the side there, that is AJ Knickel destroyed there. But speaking of destroyed, that is what DIVEBOMB has just done to what remains of this now basically 5-car field. As he makes his way down the hill to win the opening historic F1 championship round by a flippin' landslide. AJ Knickel, he literally had to make one more lap. But because he didn't actually complete lap 7, he'll be classified 6th behind Wade Lee and Billy Tarji, who have started their final lap. Despite... oh my god, can my throat please clear? This is sad. In spite of major suspension damage accumulated along the way, Logan Cool will almost certainly be tying his best result in ARC, if not making a new personal record, as he heads through later would be the bus stop and La Source to complete a 1-2 finish for Champ Racing Incorporated. Logan Cool will come home in 2nd place here at Historic Spa. Not too far away is the the fake Kirby of Luke Allen, who's going to round out the podium finishers here. Some 40 seconds away from Luke Allen was Logan Cool. I saved that. Up into La Source, and down the hill comes your 3rd podium finisher, Luke Allen. And props to Billy Tarji and Wade Lee for surviving, honestly. Considering the attrition rate we just had, I think completing the race is worthy of admiration in its own right. And for Wade Lee, who's routinely managed to not qualify into races, this 5th place is kind of an eye-opener for him. And now we head into Rouen Les Essarts, or Les Essarts, French is terrible, for a 2nd round on the day. Apparently 12 laps, it's been lengthy. And, yeah, this one will apparently be on fixed setups, because we have to nerf Champ Racing somehow. So enjoy your ultimate crushing domination while you had it, Dylan, because you've just got Zach speeded. And if you know what I'm joking about, then congratulations, here's a gold star. If you don't, Zach Speed Viper early 2000s, just look it up. There's a video on it that I saw. That's the only reason I know. Actually, didn't I, or no, I didn't tell you, did I? I told Cameron. No, you don't. No special treatment, Tyler. Why are we still here? I believe there's been a mistake. There's been a mistake. Yeah, we're not supposed to be here. We're supposed to be at a track in France. A little further down the coast. Coast? What? Riker, have you seen Europe before? A little further south. There we go. Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? Can't have a Project Cars 2 broadcast unless we have a bunch of miserable failures. We had a lobby disconnection before the stream even went up. And now we've had AJ forgetting to change the racetrack. At least this will be a shorter race, I would think. Because laps at Rouen are going to be less than 2 minutes, I think. And it's only going to be 12 laps. No, that wasn't a dream. Do I accept? Oh boy, do I ever. Do I though? I don't know anymore. I thought I was hearing a plane flying over my house. Turns out, no, that was a, that wasn't it. Turns out it was a Chevy Cavalier with apparently a broken muffler or something. Apparently it's a very foggy day in France. Considering this place has been abandoned for years, I believe, it seems only fitting we'd be in Silent Hill conditions. There's a car down there in that picture. What is that car, I wonder? Looks like a Ferrari or something. Yeah, visibility is a commodity now, that's for sure. Oh, this is gonna suck to commentate. Now I won't even be able to see the nothing that's going on. Oh my god. Yeah, AJ, I know you love your trackside cameras and all that for the streams. I can't see anything. I have to be able to see what's going on to commentate it. Dumb bug. There's a bug on my neck that I just crushed. I feel like I'm in Dora the Explorer. Do you see the 8 car? Where? God. Oh, hold on to it, Luke. There's somebody around him. There's no longer somebody around him. Ah! My ears have been violated. So yeah, in spite of the visibility, Luke Allen is going to head up to the start-finish line to begin his first lap of the session. At Rouen, Les Essar. I can't do trackside camera. You couldn't pay me. I can't see it. Like, I cannot see what's going on if I use that camera, so... You're gonna have to just deal with it, AJ. And everybody else is watching that is picky about camera angles. I need to be able to see what's going on to commentate it. Oh, the curbs here, they're not really curbs. They work more like sidewalks. You get on one of them a little bit and they just fling you around like an action figure. Oh, you need to let off for that more. Uh-oh. That's damage. That's a damage? That's damage. That's a destroyed vehicle right there. Let's see, who is that behind him on the map? Whomst! Gabe Cazola. And he just recovered from a crash there, I think, too. Oh, that's too late. We managed to get it stopped. There's a little white pole after all those signs on the left. That's the breaking point for the hairpin, or the little 90-degree turn there. As hard as it can be to spot in this fog. Uh-oh. Gabe Gazzola, well, he got that on the final corner, so he can might as well just take it to the line and bank a lap anyway. We're nearly 5 minutes through the session. And Gabe Cazola won the first qualifying lap at 2:06.6. Out over there. God, he's letting that engine cook. Doing bomb, that's an outlap. bit tail happy into the second corner. Travis Van Oostendorp tops the board with a 205 flat. Hennick with some drifting. Luke Allen with some dying. Oh, hook to curb. That's a destroyed Lotus right there. That's some destroyed eardrums right there. Yeah, those curbs, they're landmines. Don't touch them, ever. Idrika Nickel tops the charts by 0.2 over Travis, a 204.8. Logan's doing some grass cutting. Was that a lap? No, that was not a lap. Yeah, if I could, I'd be playing the soundtrack from like a Twisted Metal game in the background, because this is going to be a last man standing contest. This may even be worse, because you get on that one of those curbs and the bankings are right there to grab your wheels. As Luke Allen has just learned again. Wade Lee was not having that at all. Connor Hannick will top the boards, a 58.2. Flexing a bit of his own pace there. Let's see if DIVEBOMB has an answer for that. He's heading towards Sector 3 now. He doesn't. Curious. Logan Cool is heading up to the 90-degree turn, the penultimate corner on the track. A little late on the brakes, though. I think he just knocked his front wing off or something or other. Still runs second, 204.2. Yeah, I'm beginning to be under the impression that Dylan was getting a lot of pace from that setup, to say the least. He breaks exactly where I do. When I was running my little time-passing test laps. DIVEBOMB, that was an out lap. He barely got across in time. Gabe Gazzola runs a 2:03.96. Who's where? AJ Knickel's heading up to the last turn. This is not AJ Knickel. This is Logan Cool. I'm blind. Let's see if there's any more time in it for the Champ Racing driver. I was about to say for the Lotus driver. They're all in Lotus's, Riker. No, he just goes right into the pits. He has abandoned that. AJ's in the grass. Someone tells me he's not improving much. Who's the next contestant? Matthew Stotts. He's heading down the front straightaway. Let's see what he runs. Assuming this is a lap, which, I mean, it would be kind of silly if it wasn't. Second on the board, a 2:01.1. 3 drivers remain to topple that. Luke Allen will be the first of them to cross. He's making his way towards the last turn now. And then behind him are Dylan and AJ. Despite his mistake earlier in the lap, he's still gonna run the lap out anyway, I guess. Luke Allen runs a lap. It's only a 2:14.6 though. AJ Knickel has gone to the stratosphere, and Dylan Baum will cross, and he will make not pole, a 58.7. So Connor Hannock, as he attempts to break reality in the pit lane, is going to grab the pole here at Rouen Les Essarts. He goes from not even completing one lap at Spa to the pole sitter here in France. Even though the flag there says British, trust me, this track is in France. I need a drink. Alright, so the full starting grid for the second round of the evening will be Connor Hannock, Dylan Baum, after his dominant win at Spa, followed by Matthew Stotts, Gabe Gazzola, Logan Cool, AJ Knickel, Travis Van Oostendorp, Jamie got his wish in the chat, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, Luke Allen, Billy Targi, Fidel Fabian, Andrew David, and Wade Lee starts in last. But if the last race is any indication, lap 1 is only half the matter. It's not even half. It's like 10% of the full matter. I can do the trackside cams off the start, but the second we get to like Sector 3, I'm going back to onboards. I can't see anything when they're driving into the fog. It's already kind of as it is. I'm definitely waiting for somebody to get stalled on the start and get just absolutely just Shoryukened off the grid here. It's going to happen, just a matter of who's going to be the one that messes up. Don't know where to put the camera. The red lights have illuminated, and Rowan is green. A big start for Matthew Stotts. Connor Hannock got caught lacking, and he will fall down the order very quickly heading into turn 1. Somebody has already found the wall, and it is our pole sitter who has understeered off of the circuit. But no flips, so I don't think we're going to have a yellow. Yeah, I mean, how am I supposed to commentate this? I see AJ making an ascend down the inside of the hairpin. Gabe Gazzola definitely losing in that. And Fidel Fabian has just given Luke Allen, a massive shunt. Oh, hello. Andrew Knickel has just missed the corner on his own accord, and he's got some suspension damage, as it looks. Billy Tarji was in here. Fidel Fabian just got grabbed by the grass. Luke Allen is missing a wheel from that impact, so I'm sure that'll be fun to hear about later, as Wade Lee carefully negotiates. Didn't need that hay bale. Oh, the suspension damage just dragged him right into Andrew. Bad day for LA7. They both are missing a front right wheel. Go figure, right? As Dylan has grabbed himself another 2-second lead at the end of just the first lap. And we have our first DNF. But it's neither of the LA7 cars, it's instead Andrew Davis. Crap. Davis. Names are difficult. Always disconnected. So, not an intended DNF as far as I am aware. Or not a manual retirement, I should say. Since every DNF has kind of, you know, it has to come at the accord of the person that's exiting the racetrack. Oh, Travis is understeered. Ugh. Keeps the car undamaged. Loses the place to Cazzola in the process, however. Ooh. Travis with another close shave, but he survives to see another set of corners. Be careful out there. Whoa, that's trippy. We're seeing the trees reflect off the steering wheel. The amount of steering work that Travis Van Nistelrooy is making to make this car steer in. Now he brakes conservatively. He does not send it down the inside of Gabe. Not here. Oh, that was somebody off the side there, I think. Oh, Travis nearly gives Gabe the business. They managed to just about keep it from turning bad. Travis will try on the outside brakes really late. Oh, that was a well-crafted move there. The bravery required of a driver that was racing in this era in real life. Gabe comes right back at him with his own good run down the hill. And can't find a lane or the confidence in the car to take the lane that's there. Or maybe a mixture of the two. That curb has nearly just sent Gabe spinning into Travis. This is literally the only battle on the track. We have 12 cars still running, but these are the only ones near each other. Are Travis and Gabe. Uh-oh. Oh, dear God! Oh! Gabe has just literally punted Travis out of the race. And I don't mean because his car is wrecked. He got punted so hard, he disconnected. Oh my God! I have heard of being sent to the Shadow Realm. That is a brand new definition. Gabe literally punted him off the server. Oh my word. And that's obviously caused some damage to Gabe's own car, which has crippled his top speed. AJ is in the pits. And I think we saw 3 or 4 other cars that have just left the pits that are a lap down from Dylan. Fidel is 2 laps down from Dylan. And he's not all too far from being a third either. Actually, never mind. That's a lie. He's only in, like, turn 5 right now. Or no, he just started his second lap. I don't even know where we are on the track anymore. I can't see anything. He's about to hit the hairpin. That's all that I know. AJ Nichols apparently stopped for lunch in here. Oh. That's not who you were expecting to do the punting, was it, or Jamie? Gamey. Yep, that's your name. Gamey. You are gaming. Gaming right. I'm losing my mind in this commentary box. I don't know if you can tell. Oh. Okay, that's a bit of an added layer to the narrative. Yeah, I don't dare look in the JSO chat right now. I looked in the JSR chat. Oh yeah. That dude is a volcano. He has erupted. But instead of ash or lava, the only thing that's come out of him is pure, unadulterated rage. I don't necessarily blame him. So you might have a battle for 7th soon, if Luke Allen continues to make any inroads on Jurgensmeyer ahead. Oh, we're gonna have a pseudo battle for 3rd, as Gabe Cazola has just missed the second to last turn and is currently struggling with some suspension dysfunction. It's gonna be a task just for him to get into the pit lane at this current moment. Keep her steady, cowboy. Steady enough. Alright, well, we'll not have a battle for anything. Logan Cool has found a hay bale. Somebody has found a DNF. That is Gabe. He's retired the car, and after all the damage he sustained, and probably just the lack of patience. I just saw his name pop up in the game chat, so he's also just left the party as a result of something or other. And he's gone. As Logan Cool continues to sit here, as he's lost a wheel, I believe. Trackside camera not helping me figure out what's really going on here, but he's not missing the rear wheel, so he can reverse if he wants to. There's no caution being summoned for him, so if he's waiting for that, he can stop waiting. Oh, physics! He can't get out. He's wedged in the chain link fence. Oh my god. That's a new one right there. We find another way. You're gonna have to put it away, Logan. You're not gonna get it out of there. Physics has swallowed you whole, unless you can manage to persuade somebody to come and push you out of there. Fidel's missing a wheel, so he's only gonna get further behind now. Fidel's on lap 2. And Dylan is midway through 6. Ugh. This hurts. This... Overtakes that car. Fidel has... No. Not Fidel. Somebody else retired. It is Luke Allen has given up the ghost. I mean, the rate of attrition is better than it was in Spa. If there's any positive to take away from this race thus far. Dylan is pit. I don't know if that's just a mandatory thing or if he just realized he's got such a lead he can get a free set of tires and still emerge with the race lead. He's on his way out. And he still has the lead, clearly. Fidel has almost reached the pit lane. Logan Cool is still stuck in the chain link fence. Oh my god. I just realized the place that Logan Cool is stuck is also the place that Travis got punted so hard he was punted into non-existence. I wonder if there is actually like some kind of weird Bermuda Triangle at this turn. I dare Dylan Baum to throw his car at Logan and see what happens. Obviously, wouldn't pay him enough to do that, but... If you want my opinions on this event, which I guess it is kind of what I'm here for as the commentator, it's a good idea, yeah, no doubt. The only problem is that these tracks are not exactly known to us too well. There's been a lot of crashing and driving errors caused just by lack of familiarity. And this is like a historic regionals thing. Kind of like what Goodwood does in real life, or I've seen signs that like Road America does this, or they just have like old race cars run around the track. But like at the modern racetracks, obviously, I think this would have worked a lot better. Obviously, you know, there's like a level of immersion being at the old racetracks, but obviously those are the root of all evil here, as Dylan Baum is pitting again. He has given up the lead to Stotts. I don't know... Oh, he didn't get his tires changed before, because now we've seen his pit crew do the animation. Didn't see that before. But I think this could have been a decent championship, because these things look like they drive fine. I was running my test laps in the wrong car. I ran it in the original Lotus 49, not the 49C like we're in here. And when I wasn't driving like a Pop-Tart, the car handled considerably better than... It handled well. But these tracks are just so wacky. There's they've been changed for a reason. Obviously, well, one of those big reasons is safety. But you know the reason just because these layouts are just weird. There's no clear braking points. There's nothing to keep you from just sliding off into a wall and breaking your car apart. Dylan Baum is still in the pit lane. I must have missed something back there because he's about to be put a lap down by Stotts from this one pit stop alone. And he's about to lose third place to AJ at the rate things are going. And here comes Matthew Stotts down the front stretch to put Dylan a lap down. I don't know what he's fixing on this car. Unless he's like just forgotten to drive away from the pit lane. Too much longer and... oh, he is finally on his merry way. He retains P3 over AJ Knickel. But he's now a lap down himself from Matthew Stotts. And now I can just tell he's pushing the car a little harder to try and minimize the losses. Litargi is in the pit lane. I don't remember there being a mandatory stop, unless I'm just an idiot. And at this point, it's hard to tell if they are pitting because they have to, or because it's mandatory, or pitting because their car's wrecked. It's hard to tell the difference at this point. Now who's this? Oh, God! Jesus! That just... Stotts just managed to nick the tire off the tire barrier in the pit stop, or pit wall. I thought he just wrecked himself on it. I was just about jumped out of my chair. That's how loud that was. Oh my lord. This really is Silent Hill. Now we got the jump scares and everything. Where's Pyramid Head? Except Silent Hill takes place in, like, the Midwestern United States, not France, but... semantics. You know how that goes. Okay. Jesus. Oh, that's not the racetrack. That's not the race. Oh, yikes. Another crippling blow to DIVEBOMB. What in the name of shit are you doing? Okay, half throttle, less throttle, less throttle, more counter steer. Forgive me language, I'm just incredibly confused as to why he's doing that. Is this some form of protest because the setups are taken away, I'm guessing? I don't know why in God's name AJ had setups on in the first place. This was a filler series to get us from GT3 to IndyCar. It's a 3-week schedule. Like, why would we have setups on for that? These cars drive fine on their own. I was able to drive them, and I'm the commentator. Logan Cool is still parked here. He's now... Logan Cool's found him. That's what he was doing, I guess. Trying to be with his teammate till death do them part. I think death has definitely done them part, though. Only it would do me a part right about now. As Stotts passes the Champ Racing graveyard, that is that left-hander. Fidel's about to go 5 laps down, and he's not even last place in the race. If that isn't just like the most telling thing of how this week has gone here in the arc historic Formula 1 Masters. Professionalism thrown out the window. The only thing that's been mastered here is irritation. Obviously, it's probably become pretty evident in my voice, but it's also being spread elsewhere across the different chat systems partaken in by the drivers in this event. Dylan has finally retired the car, probably because he literally could not move, although I don't know why then Logan wouldn't be retired. As Matthew Stotts heads across the finish with suspension damage, no less, to begin the final lap of this travesty, this funeral service. Oh God, do not do that. Do not make us sit here any longer than we have to, Matthew, please. Just get that fancy orange bathtub across the line so I can get out of here and make my dinner. Please, man. And a second race that started with 13 drivers, we're effectively going to finish with 7. One of them being 5 laps, almost 6 down, and currently getting out of the way of other cars. Looking like second or third and fourth. Second, brain. Nickel doing a bit of counter steer there. Second place is a lap down. Oh, AJ has found the back of somebody. That is Connor Hannick, who has found a hay bale. Not even on his lap, not even on the same part of the race. 3 laps down. And AJ only serves to make it worse. Although if I'm Connor, I don't know if I care. I'm already 3 down. At that point, trying to get a steward's inquiry is just taking a bathroom break. The actual English slang I can't use, but I'll attempt to use trackside to make this call. Somewhere in the low-hanging mist here of Rouen Les Essars, Matthew Stotts will survive, cross the finish line, put an end to the misery that has been round 2 of the historic F1 Masters. And then he breaks existence itself. I think he is also disconnected. Yes. So he has won the race, and now he is gone. A minute and 15 or so seconds later, Billy Targi is making his way through the fog and forest. You good, bro? Oh no, he's here. He's just stuck, I think. I cannot tell. AJ Kaneko has lost the rear tire. Jurgensmeyer has lost 2 tires. I was wondering, so apparently what we've also learned today, everyone talks about the glitch wall heading down towards Eau Rouge at Spa Modern as being like something that if you hit it, the game will bug out. Apparently, as today is indicated, with Travis being punted into non-existence, Stotts getting his post-race crash in and freezing his game up, and Logan Cool literally being eaten alive by the chain link fence, Rouen Les Essars is no different. Billy Targi will survive for second place and he will maybe fling himself at the same wall. No, he will. His game will survive. Ichikaneko will park his car, but just based on damage, just based on distance completed, he's going to be granted third, because he's the only person that completed 11 laps. As we reach the end of this race, only 3 cars are in working order. Or at least were when they crossed the line. Oh my god, I hate this. Actually, no, Fidel's was working across the line. So, yeah, 4 cars in running order at the end of this race. 7 will be classified at the... or 6 will be classified at the end, I would say. Because technically Wade Lee's car was running, but he just didn't cross the finish line in time, because the countdown timer was too short. What a chore. Do I dare do... No, I didn't do podium interviews for Spa. Why would I do them here? I need to eat. I need a Advil or something after this. Stay tuned for tomorrow, where we will have ARC Rallycross action from Knock Hill Rallycross Circuit. I'll be there. I'll have a co-commentator for that. I believe it is going to be Jamie Wright or Julian. It's one of the two. I am done. I am... well, okay. Billy's joined on his own accord. I feel kind of obligated to at least ask him a question. Actually, yeah, no, we got 3 people in here. They're not the podium finishers, but 3 people have joined the party anyway. I'll just interview them.
3 people who finished on the podium.
Yeah, just not in the same race.
That's okay.
Yep.
Not even gonna get a word from the winner, because I don't think he's in any mood either.
His game froze, actually.
That doesn't help.
Race crossed the start-finish line, his game froze.
Because he drove himself at the wall on the outside of turn 1.
That would do it, that would do it.
So yeah, we've had Logan Cool, AJ Knickel, and Billy Targi join the party. Billy Targi with the podium here, AJ with the podium in both, Logan with the podium at Spa.
1. I didn't even get a podium at Spa. I didn't even get points at Spa.
Oh, because you didn't cross the line, because your car
I'm
was...
adding Dylan.
I was upside down.
Yeah, I think I saw you parked there when the camera was on, I think Luke Allen as he drove by.
Yeah.
Well, we'll start with the highest finishing driver from this race, Billy Targi. Well managed to drive. I think you and Wade Lee were kind of the poster child for, to finish first you must finish. Was that basically your mindset going through this race? Just kind of cross the line alive?
No, I can't say it was basically. It was the entire concept of the race. That's the only thing. It was just finish. See what happens. Both races.
Oh, Stotts does want to be added. AJ, if you want to take care of that while I continue interviewing the other two.
I can do that.
I gotta say though, fun. One of the most fun times I've had driving Project Cars 2 in a while. You're on edge, you have to push, but the people that used to do this, yeah. I don't know what
they were a
to
different
do.
breed.
Oh yeah, different breed indeed. Grime. But no, it's scary going around. Spa I thought this would be better, but trying to fly around in the fog was certainly something you did not expect.
Yeah, I had to use onboard cameras for the second race, because trackside camera just wouldn't see anything. It was just fog. So, sue me for not using the trackside cams, AJ. I didn't have a choice this time.
Bro, all I need to do is ask some good questions.
Well, okay, we'll get to that, because, well, the race winner here has also just joined us. All you had to do was ask. So race winner Matthew Stott's here from, I was just about to say France. I mean, it's France. Rouen Les Miserable, I don't know. This track, which we've learned is like a black hole at some points for just cars, just disconnect from the lobby. I mean, I guess it's the blanket question. Are you satisfied with your driving having won by 1 minute and 40 seconds?
Oh, I am more than satisfied. Goofy race, goofy stuff going on. I had fun. I made sure not to make the same mistake I made in the first race, which was wreck and get damage for 5 minutes. So I made sure not to do that this time, the second race. And I was going to be satisfied with my second place, but things happened and I just flossed on them.
That was a very unbased answer to this interview. Speaking of things happened, I feel like now is a good way to segue into ninth place finisher, but the dominant winner out in Spa, DIVEBOMB. If we prepare ourselves for the incoming Boeing 747 in the background. If you don't mind asking, walk us through what collapsed here from the track in France.
Okay, well, from my perspective, this all starts with an incident I had with Wade. I don't know. To me, it looked like he just hooked sharp right into me. Now, I don't know if that was lag, I hit him, or just lack of talent, which is totally possible. The game didn't show me getting any damage or something, but like, you know, at that right-hand kink that has, you know, the big curbs and the hay bales, kind of ran wide there, maybe picked up some damage, but at the final corner, I went to brake, and like, it just didn't stop me, and I went into a hay bale, and then for some reason, my wheel goes pinging off. So yeah, that's basically what happened.
So that explains the 4-minute pit stop time. If I had to guess what happened with you and Wade, the way that you would turn sharp right, these curbs hook you a lot. They're very tall. And these bathtubs on wheels don't exactly have the most ground clearance ever.
Oh yeah, I learned that at Spa when I was copying my Giga setup. I had to increase the rear ride height because it was bottoming out at the rear. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess second question for the second race. I mean, again, I guess... Actually, no, I'm going to beat Instigator. What are your thoughts on the regulation change in between races to take the setups away? I'm going to be that guy.
Honestly, I'm fine with it. Because that setup is kind of like exclusive to like any track that's predominantly straight lines, which I feel is only like Spa and Monza. The rest, absolutely horrible. I drove into the first corner here at Rouen with it, and was like, you know, it's just not working. No. So to be honest, I really don't care. Besides, I'm still fast anyway, so.
Listen to this guy. And then, speaking of regulation changes, I guess that segues to our podium finisher, in quotation marks, AJ Knickel.
I podiumed, I didn't finish.
Yeah, like 7 sets of asterisks around finished here. I think in this case the race finished you.
Honestly, I had a great time. I thought it was good. The cars were fun to drive. They kept me on edge the entire race. Little bit bummed by the second race because I felt like I did have genuine pace in that second one. Obviously, I kind of dialed it back, but I was a little frustrated because the first time I got damage, I made that brutal mistake in the corner up the hill with the hay bales where everybody was crashing, and I spun out, and I took a fair amount of damage, and went around the pit to repair it, and I was like, okay, I'm like half a lap, 3/4 of a lap down, whatever. And then I came back around the track, and I hit the white, like, whatever you call it, the gutter, the curb, whatever, on the exit of the final corner before you open up onto that straight, and it tore off my rear suspension and gave me 50 damage. So I was a little frustrated by that, because I felt like, without that, I probably would have still had a shot to be in it for, P2, maybe even P1, considering Dylan's mistakes. But, I had fun. It gave me a new perspective on what the drivers in the 1950s and 60s were actually dealing with. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it takes balls for sure.
And it's not to that segue. And speaking of Logan Cool, another two questions for you, because there's kind of been something noteworthy for you in both rounds.
Oh yeah.
Chronologically, round 2.
Yes.
Or chronologically, the first round, P2. Obviously, I think you can also admit that came a little bit from the Giga setup, as Dylan referred to it a minute ago.
I tell you what, that car was an absolute rocket ship in a straight line. Absolute horrifying to drive through the corners.
Well,
And
I
absolutely
suppose.
even more horrifying passing the lap cars, doing 30 miles an hour slower than me while I'm doing 205.
And I suppose, I think we both know where the suspension damage came from. I'm going to get into that, but I'm sure that was also not making the corners any more fun.
Nope. Well, the left-hand corners were an absolute nightmare, but it made the right-handers actually feel a lot easier to drive.
I suppose when your front tires are basically pronating up there. Up the session ran itself out. Whoops, forgot I would do that.
Sorry, I left to take screenshots. We're all good.
And
I consciously did that.
and then the final, the second round, the last question of the day, I guess. How did you end up stuck in that fence?
So first off, we have to go to the initial start. In fact, if I even want to make this even longer, let's go to my lap of qualifying, when I had the absolute 2.5 seconds of my previous best, which would have probably put me either second or third on the grid. Car gets loose, it shoots right into the pit lane, and it doesn't count my lap. So I'm starting 5th, behind a couple scrubs and my teammate. Then absolutely out of nowhere, going into turn 1, this absolute crazy nutcase on my outside hooks me. We're lucky we both survived that. Then, oh boy, this is where it gets even crazier. Then, where AJ had his on lap 1, I had to get into the grass because I thought he was going to spin it right into the racing line. Car didn't want to leave the grass. So, I get my wheel ripped off. And I came in, got it fixed, went back out, I clipped the hay bales and the hairpin, then going to the next corner, my car decides, hey, let's turn dead right into the fence and explode. So, yeah.
NASCAR Heat 5 moment, let off the gas and the car just turns dead right.
Oh, I was full throttle, balls to the wall, how ye full send it.
Well, gee, I think we found the common denominator there. And the way that I think I saw that, I think your suspension arm got stuck in the chain link fence there, and
my right front tire got stuck under my right rear tire, which prevented me from backing it out of the wall.
From what I saw, the right rear tire was actually outside the track boundaries, inside that fence.
So yeah. Then after Dylan crashed, I had his right arm in the cockpit with me.
Right
Make a
suspension arm, or
No. Hey, good back scratcher.
Okay. I think this has run its course.
yeah,
Well,
okay.
you know.
I think
It was a good race, though, honestly. I had a blast. I can't wait to come back next week for Monza and Silverstone.
At least we kind of know those tracks.
Oh, no, these are historic layouts.
Yeah, but I've seen enough of those from Settle Corsa to know them. Of course, I'm not the one that has to know them, but... on that surgically concerning note, I think that'll officially round things off here from our historic F1 Masters, after sort of just being...
Just your arm, Dylan.
It's safe to say a disarming defeat for Champ Racing here at Rouen Les Essarts.
Double podium to double funeral.
Yeah. Open casket. It's an open cockpit. But that'll do it for Historic F1 for this week. Tomorrow we'll be back for vehicles with actual fenders on them for Arc Rallycross from Knock Hill. Until then...
And Xfinity at...
I'm trying to do an outro, my guy. Until then, I'm signing off.
No, you ain't.